Now I'm not only carrying my own anxiety and stress about my own cancer, but I'm also carrying the stress and anxiety about the person you love's cancer. Even if in the end they're okay, you're giving me a pathway that actually I don't want to see at this moment in time.
Hi, I'm Professor Leah Ruppanner. As a sociologist, I've made it my life's mission to take down every ridiculous gender myth out there. Like, do pretty people get paid more, or are women better multitaskers? This is MissPerceived.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to MissPerceived. On today's episode, I'm going to do something a little bit different. Usually I talk to you about the mental load. Usually I talked about my research, but I'm going to talk to you about my own personal life just for a minute. Just give me one episode, please. Just one episode. In part because I don't know if you know, but I was recently diagnosed with breast cancer and I am being treated for breast cancer. And it's been wild for me to see how people respond to this news and this diagnosis. And I will tell you, there is a lot of nonsense that happens. There's a lot of things that get said to you that are just wildly inappropriate. And I feel like it is my job, my purpose, my duty to share through in a kind and loving way I had 5, but I think there's 6. The top 5 things I would say, don't do this. If someone has a recent diagnosis of breast cancer or something serious, let me go through the things that are most common and then ask you not to do them. Top 6 things to not do. This has been through my experience, but I am curious what other people who are managing something serious, a chronic health condition, cancer diagnosis, what happens for you and what are the things that people say to you that you wish no one would say? Let's get these out into the world so that people can hear it, because actually what I think is going on is people are well-intentioned, but they can't get past their own fear, grief, overwhelm, their own feelings to hold the space for you to then be there in the ways in which you need them to be. I'll say I have a really good friend who just recently had a similar diagnosis, and some of these things I said to her, and I wish I hadn't. I actually have called and said, I'm really sorry. I didn't know, and I'd like to apologize. And so this is not coming with a sense of judgment, but just hey, here's how it feels when you're in this position to get this kind of feedback. And let's share it through so when we step in, we can be kinder and supportive, which is always the intention. Okay, here we go. Here's the top 6 things that I've been told since I got this breast cancer diagnosis that I wish people did not say to me. Number 1, please stop telling people about someone else's cancer. So I will say something like, oh, I have breast cancer. And then someone will say to me, oh yeah, well, either something like this. Oh yeah, my friend Janie, she had stage 4 breast cancer and she lost a breast and she lost this and all of this stuff happened and she's still alive. Okay, you're telling me this. I think what the intention behind this is you're telling me this because you want me to know that actually someone else has it worse than me and they're okay, so I'll be okay. When you give me this feedback about telling me about someone else's terrible cancer, what happens to me is it's triggering the fear and anxiety that is already in me and making me feel worse. A, I go, oh God. B, I start to feel bad for your friend Janie because then I think this poor woman has been through a terrible thing. And so now I'm not only carrying my own anxiety and stress about my own cancer, but I'm also carrying the stress and anxiety about the person you love's cancer. Even if in the end they're okay, you're giving me a pathway that actually I don't want to see at this moment in time. The second thing, this is a sub-point. Just to be clear, I'm still in point 1. This is a sub-point. The other thing people have been doing is saying to me, oh, well, my friend John has prostate cancer or brain cancer and he died. So let me do it to you again. I'll go, oh, I have breast cancer. And then the response is, oh, well, my friend John had prostate cancer or brain cancer and he died. Okay. I think the reason you're saying this to me at this moment in time is that my cancer is triggering in you unprocessed feelings that you haven't yet explored because you are still in grief, overwhelm, stress, and strain from the stress of your own friend having a very serious illness and passing. I am here to say to you, I am so sorry that this happened to you. it is huge, and it is a grief that I'm sure you carry with you all the time, and it is overwhelming. And I, as a heart person, want to say, I hear you, I feel your pain, and I'm sorry. The problem is that in this moment when I am asking for love and support, what happens when you start to share your experience about someone else's cancer that's very serious is now the spotlight is off me. My friend Katie sent me this thing where it's about cancer patients. All the resources need to be dumped in. You're at the center, and I just need the love and support coming in to me. But when you start to share your own pain and grief, as real as it is, it asks me to take my energy and push it out to you. Under normal circumstances, I would be very happy to be loving and supportive of your grief, stress, and pain. But in this moment where I am managing my own breast cancer diagnosis, my own cancer diagnosis, I just need the resources coming in, and I need your support. I don't need it being pushed out. Okay, so that's number one. Someone tells you have the cancer, you tell them about someone else's cancer that either has the same cancer or had it worse. Don't do that. Two, maybe I'll put these together. Asking me the stage. What stage is your cancer? The reason you're asking me this is because you want to know how worried you should be and how much you should care. I know that sounds a little bit harsh, but it is true. It's kind of like, oof, how serious is this? I don't mean how much you should care, but like you want to know how serious is this and will I be okay? I know that actually that is well-intentioned because on some level you're worried about me, but on another level, when you ask me about the stage, you're asking kind of whether you're off the hook to feel worried about this. For those of us who are managing a chronic illness or cancer, like we're always worried about this. Like we're always worried. And as I've learned through this process of having breast cancer myself, that like the stage kind of doesn't matter, right? It's the type of cancer. It's the way it grows. It's, whether it's going into your spreading to other parts of your body. You can have a stage 1 cancer that's spread and you're in trouble, right? So asking me the stage asks me to tell you the hardest part about it, but it also asks you, if I tell you, oh, it's stage 1, you then go, oh, you'll be fine. So don't do that. It's not helpful. It's kind of not your business, but it's also not helpful because it's a way to feel better about it. And I know that the intention is love, but sometimes it feels like it's dismissive. Okay, 3. Actually, I'm going to add one because I'm going to add one to that. The other thing I keep getting asked in addition to the stage was, when was the last time I had a mammogram? This is also an unhelpful question because this assumes that I've done something wrong. Now, it's been very weird to have cancer because you feel, especially if you're an American, like you've failed in some way, that you have a personal deficit, you've done something wrong. What could I have done to prevent this? My husband keeps saying to me, like, this is just bad luck, man. This could happen to anybody. And the fact that 1 in 6 women have it happen to them mean it is happening to a lot of people. But asking me when was the last time I had a mammogram, and then people usually respond with, oh, okay, well, I just had mine. That's both to say I did something wrong, but also then to try to make yourself feel like this isn't coming for you. Okay, so those are related. So first, 1, don't tell me about someone else's cancer and how they had it worse or they died. 2, don't ask the stage or ask when was the last time I had a mammogram or ways I could have prevented this because I'm in it and it doesn't help. 3 is people start telling me about their own medical history. This is an interesting one too. It's like talking about their own mammograms, their own scares, their own medical history. I understand in this respect, like actually my cancer is triggering. These go hand in hand, right? My cancer is triggering in you a feeling of fear. It's a fear about this could happen to me. And it's hard when it's someone you're close to, you're the same age, you know well. I know that is even more salient. It's like, if it could happen to her, it could happen to me. These are internal voices. These are not bad voices, right? This idea. And I hope actually that my cancer will make many of my friends go, I should get a mammogram. I should check, like be a little bit more vigilant. I hope that is what comes out of this. But when you say it to me, it's hard because again, this is dumping in as opposed to dumping out. What I'm saying to you is I hope this happens for you. I hope my cancer is like educative, right? Or inspiring, not inspiring. I don't mean that, but like motivating so that you go, okay, I got to check myself out in all of these ways. That would be my dream. But then just don't bring it back to me now. Don't come back to me now. A lot of this is like, just assume the conversations you were having with people, maybe you just got to have them later on. So when you say to me like, okay, well, I had this, or I'm worried about this. Now, again, in the moment when I need you to be dumping the energy into me, I'm starting to think about you. It's not helpful, or it's a hard moment because then your energy is going out. Okay. 4, telling me you have a good feeling. This is the other thing that's come to me. I'll say, I have breast cancer. I'm in the process. I got to figure out what's going on. And everyone will say to me, I have a really good feeling about this. You're going to be fine. Or this is not a big deal. People live all the time. I just think you're going to be okay. What you're doing in this moment is you're cutting off my ability to feel my feelings. You're saying to me, you might be worried about this, but I'm not worried about this, so you shouldn't be worried about this. Now, on some level, I understand the intention is good. Like, I think what's going on is it's like for many people in my life, the idea of me being sick or me dying or me managing something heavy is heavy. And it's really hard to go into those feelings of loss and life. And it's the big questions, right? Like, are we going to be okay? I mean, what is this? Are we scared of our own mortality? And so if you can go quickly from I disclose my diagnosis, or here's the process, and you then immediately go to like, I internally have a good feeling about this, so you'll be fine. I then feel like I can't share with you my fears or how I feel because you've already decided that this isn't a big deal. And so you've almost pushed me out quickly, right? You pushed me out. It also is a way that you don't then have to be in your own hard feelings. Now, I understand I sometimes don't want to be in my own hard feelings. But sometimes we have to be in our own hard feelings, right? Or if you don't want to be in your own hard feelings, that's okay. That's okay. It's okay. But saying to me, you're fine, to avoid, I think part of that is avoiding hard feelings. This idea that like, you could lose people you love, which is of course scary and overwhelming. Or B, that you could have to face your own mortality, like that this is something that could happen to you. And that I think is really challenging. What I want to say to you is I'm facing those feelings myself. I'm in them as well. So I'm thinking about, what does this look like? What does my future look like? What does my family look like? And if I feel like people have already decided that everything's okay, then I can't share those feelings. I have to hold those totally internally. And that's really hard, right? Because you want your friends to be able to say like, tell me everything. I can hold the space for you. But it's a way to actually make the space small. It's a way to say like, there's no space here. Just keep going. You got this. It's fine. I'm going to give you the last one. Number 5. Turns out I had 5. Questioning the medical advice. People will ask me, what are you doing? How are you doing it? What is the process? And then I will describe what my team of doctors, right? Oncologists and medical professionals have advised for me to do. And then they'll tell me why that's wrong. They'll tell me why that's risky. They'll tell me why that's a mistake. And they'll say, my friend did it this way, or you shouldn't do it that way, or you're making a mistake. You should get the cancer out earlier, or you're holding it too long. This is an anxiety, right? This is like, well, first, thank you. Thank you for your feedback, but I don't have a medical degree, nor am I an oncologist. And unless you are, we don't know what the medical advice is, right? Like you aren't sitting in this world the whole time. And so with all due respect, your advice is an opinion. It's not actually advice. What it does for me is it makes me feel like I've made mistakes, that I've botched my care, that I am putting myself at unnecessary risk, and that I've done something wrong. I think the intention behind this is to help people. Like, I think your actual intention when you give me medical advice or question the medical advice is that you want to be helpful. You want to give me some sort of silver bullet. You want to share an experience that maybe there's a piece of that information I can take to my doctors and it will improve my treatment and care. I think that's probably what's going on. Or you're a little bit scared for me. You want me to have the treatment as quickly as possible in the way that is the most aggressive so that I have the best chance for survival. So I know that those are the two intentions behind it. But what happens is it becomes very difficult when you are trying to manage both your diagnosis and your care to then have people in your life questioning the decisions you're making with your team of doctors, especially when they don't have actually medical degrees. So it becomes a little bit unhelpful. So let me give you my top 5 again. And I'm curious for those of you who are managing something similar, what happens for you. One is that please don't tell me about someone else who has cancer, especially someone who's died or has had it worse. It just makes me feel terrible for them. 3, don't ask me about the stage or suggest that I could have done something better medically to actually improve my treatment or not be in this predicament at all. I feel shitty already about what's happening to me. I don't need to feel that guilt too. 3, I care about you and I love you, but save your own medical history concerns until when I'm well, and then we can talk about you. 4, please don't tell me you just have a good feeling and everything's going to be okay, because we don't know. You don't know. I don't know. We want the good feeling, but also sometimes I don't know if everything's going to be okay. And even if everything's not okay, it's going to be okay. But telling me preemptively before anything has happened, it's all good, I have a good feeling in my gut, makes me feel like I can't feel the bad feelings because you've already decided that I'm going to be okay. I can't talk to you about it. And 5, questioning the medical advice. Are you sure you should do this? Are you sure this is the right decision? Unless you're in a doctor or there's something really egregious, like some sort of doctor has malpractice, right? Like there's something real serious, like, no, this is a bad doctor. Don't question the medical advice unless you are in fact a doctor. Let me tell you what I love, what I want, what is helpful for me. I love when my friends right now are holding space for me. I love when they are calling me and just letting me talk about all of it. All of it. And I have one friend, Tiff, who I keep trying to change the subject. I keep trying to go to her or someone else. And she keeps saying, no, it's your turn to have the space. Just keep talking. That is beautiful. That is a gift to actually do that for someone. And because I have all these thoughts in my head, you have thoughts in your head about my experience. But let me tell you, my mental load, oof, man, I have the same thoughts and then some. And so holding the space just to listen. What do you need? Ask the question, what do you need? How can I help? That sounds hard. I'll give you like 4 phrases to repeat. What do you need? That sounds hard. How can I help? I can call anytime. I'm going to keep calling, but you don't have to answer. Those are really helpful statements to keep giving. And also, this fucking sucks. This sucks. I'm sorry you're going through this. Okay, sorry, I'm going to give them to you again. This sucks. I'm sorry you're going through this. This is awful. What do you need? How can I help? This is your time to have people caring for you and taking care of you. What can I do? I love you. 8 things. Keep those on repeat. That's all you need to do. And what you'll find probably is a person who's thinking through all the things you're thinking through. Let them talk. They'll probably share it with you, and you'll get all the answers you wanted through that conversation. Okay, I'm curious, how did this go for you all? What do you think? Okay, sorry, I'll say one last thing. The last thing I'm going to say is what's been interesting in this moment where I'm used to having a huge amount of control, a huge amount of ability to move forward, a huge amount of ability to drive through things. This has been a moment where I've had to slow down, reflect, stop, listen. That's been hard for me, but that's been valuable. But what I do hear, I can feel is all the love you're sending my way. I can't tell you how many people have sent notes. See, this other thing that helps. I know what you're going through is so hard. I love you and I'm thinking about you. Please don't feel like you have to respond. Put something in there like that. You don't have to respond, but just know I'm thinking about you and I love you. Every time I get one of those notes, I feel the love from the collective. I feel the love from the world. That has been so beautiful. And so that is such keeping that shining light and energy coming in is a gift. So I thank you for that. It's just sometimes the questions that we're a little ham-handed. We don't know what to ask. We don't know why to ask them. If we feel uncomfortable. So hopefully this will help you feel a little less uncomfortable. Okay. What if you are going through this too? Did I get this right? Did I get this wrong? What are things that you hear that you wish people would stop saying? If you can send them through, I'll feed them back out and tell people, because I think people have good intentions. The heart is in the right spot. And this is complicated stuff that's tied to a lot of emotion. And so if we can just get some of here's the do not say, and here is the do say, let's get 2 lists, let's build them out, and then people can see them. And then we can step into the conversations beautifully. And there's no additional dumping in. It's all, there's a lot of dumping in positive love. And that I think would be so valuable for all of us. As per always, thank you for listening to MissPerceived, where you don't need a PhD. It's good to come hang out with me. And I love you. Have a wonderful week. I hope everything is going well. I see you. I value you. I appreciate you. You are a gift to us all. I love you. Bye.
We are so lucky and grateful that this series is being supported by the Melbourne Public Humanities Initiative at the University of Melbourne.